Hey Survivor Squad, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to the real Kamogelo M. If you're new on this channel, I welcome you in the name of love, in the name of sharing, and in the name of surviving. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being part of my world, for coming back, for supporting my videos, and for being part of this family. I really do appreciate you. And if you're watching this video for the first time and you haven't subscribed, please do the right thing and consider joining this family. We love, we learn, and yeah. So guys, as you can see by the title of the video, I am going to share or just do a story time as to the reason why I don't go to church consistently anymore. But yeah, firstly, I have the famous rooibos tea that my man taught me. Yeah, I've got the famous rooibos tea. You guys won't be able to see it, but yeah, it's basically 3 teaspoons of sugar, 1 spoon of honey, 2 slices of lemon, and boiled water with rooibos tea bag. So yeah, this is the famous tea, the rooibos tea that my man always makes me, and the one that I always praise because my man. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna be having this. It's actually chilly. It's sunny, but it's actually chilly. So also I have the lapel mic. Yeah, I just hope that I won't keep interrupting it, hey. But yeah, anyway, it's quite cold, and also my room, it's very cold. It doesn't get a lot of sunlight. But anyway, let's get into the video. I'm the real Kamogelo M, and my smile strengthens me. So you guys, well, let me just say, growing up, I've always been a church girl. I've always been a Christian. I've always been a believer, and I always loved fellowshipping and going to church. I've always been that girl that actually enjoys being at church and attending the youth service and being active at church, being part of the worship team, assisting in ushering, and yeah, at some point I was a Sunday school teacher. Yeah, so also I've I've always attended Assemblies of God, you know, loved their teachings, grew up under their teachings and all of that. And then I moved and I found another church. Yeah, so when I came to Joburg, yeah, I was staying with Hanso's grandparents. I think I've mentioned this quite a lot. I've stayed with Hanso's grandparents, which they also had a church, fellowship there, also Christian church, fellowship there for I think 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. And then I moved to where I am staying right now, and I had to look for another church, and I found a church that was, I think, similar to Assemblies of God as well, you know. So I enjoyed that, enjoyed the singing, the music, and everything. Yeah, so like I also became part of the worship team. Yeah, I ushered Mamfundisi at some point. Yeah, it was just lovely. It was just lovely. So let me go back to 2017. So, oh wait, let me go back to 2016. So 2015 to 16, I was engaged, right? And then, yeah, Mamfundisi was the person that I would like open up to in terms of the relationship and everything that has been happening. And then guy cheated on me and then I ended the relationship. So yeah, I was just close to Mamfundisi, and I would like, she was my friend, like, yeah, we would even call each other Chomi. She was my friend. And then 2017, yeah, 2017, I was no longer engaged, and yeah, going to church. I went for counseling and after everything that has happened. So yeah, Mamfundisi was the one that was helping me, you know, every day after work, from 4:30 till 5:30 would have our own savers, sit down, share scriptures. She would counsel me, and yeah, she was just a beautiful person. Like, she helped me a lot. So so let's get into the reason why I stopped going to church. So 2017, okay, 2017, I was staying with my little sister, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think I was staying with my baby sister. So the room that I was renting, it was small for me, Khanzo, and Kifidwe. And we had to move to another room, But the room that I got, it was just one house away from where I was previously staying. So one of, I remember some Sunday, we were just, after church, we were just chilling outside, catching up and all of that. Do you know what a lot of Bazalwane like doing? Like, they would sit and start catching up, would do that. So I was telling this particular couple that you guys won't see me next Saturday. I think it was the case, because I'll be moving. I'm moving to a new place, but it's not far from where I'm standing. So this particular man, an elder of the church, which I respected so much, and yeah, he overheard our conversation with the couple that I was telling that I'm moving. And then, okay, wait, I think I'm fast forward. Okay, before that, this particular man, the elder that I'm talking about, he would like come and tell me, yo, Siskamu, I enjoyed when you sing, especially when you're leading us into worship. Yeah, he would tell me all those things, what he enjoys, or when I'm leading worship or when I'm singing. Because at church, like, I didn't enjoy leading the chorus and making people dance, because I can't dance and I just don't have that entertaining voice, like, you know how they do it. So I'd prefer singing or leading worship, like chilled, close my eyes and just sing, that is just me. So he told me that. He told me what he enjoys when I'm leading worship. He enjoys my singing, and I was like, oh yeah, I appreciate it, yeah. So at some point he was like, can I please have your numbers? So me giving him my numbers, in my head I was like, almost everybody at church have my numbers. Like, we've exchanged numbers, whether they're married, whether they're not married, whether it's a couple, whether they're not a couple, whether it's sister or whether it's brother. Like, a lot of people have my numbers. So I didn't see anything wrong as to me giving him my numbers as well, because he's an elder of the church. Sometimes when we attend weekly services, other people will call, because I used to, I remember I was enrolling with UNISA. I used to go after work, I would go straight to church and study there, because I didn't have space, and also I had kids, so I needed a quiet place to study. So I would go to church and study there and create my own things, and so they would call, I'm like, no, I'm still on my way, and so in my head I was thinking he would also want to use my numbers for that cases. So yeah, I gave him my numbers, and then after some few days he started calling me, hey Siskamu, I was just checking up on you, and I was like, oh no, thank you so much for checking up. Me and the kids, we good. I'll see you because we'd have like weekly services, Saturday services for the youth, and then evening services. So I was like to him, no, yeah, we good. And then and then he'll continuously do that. He'll continuously do that, and in my head I'm thinking, because this is how I also referred him, Papa so and so. I would call him Senemia Hai. Well, basically every elder person, Mama so. Well, Mama Mashiach, if you are Mashiach, Mama whatever here. So it's just that I don't want to mention people's names, and I'm also not going to mention the name of the church. Because they didn't do anything, And also, I'm not doing this video just to bash the church or anything. That is just how I am feeling. And so I would call him like that, Papa so and so, like respectfully so. And Yeah, and then came the time where I was about to move, and then I was speaking to this particular couple, and then telling them, no, you guys won't see me go kerking because I'm moving this coming Saturday, so you guys won't see me, and. So he overheard that conversation. Then came that Saturday. He had I think it's an NP 700, NP 400, whatever, that bike is. He had that one, But already I had organized the ladies that like Nikki Dulalbona ko jarting, because it was just a house away. I really didn't think I needed a bikey to assist me ki move, and also I didn't have a lot of things in my room, So the ladies came, and jiggy on that Saturday around past 8, 9 o'clock. He calls me, he's like, yeah, I overheard you saying, today we're mover, I'm available, can I come assist you? I'll come with a few brothers from church, and then we'll assist you. And I was like, oh, okay. But it was really not necessary because I'm just moving a house away. And then he was like, no, for the like your fridge, your bed, your wardrobe, you guys won't be able to carry it. And in my head, I'm like, already that it was just covered, it's really not far. It's really not far. So he came. I accepted the offer. He came. And then they came, they assisted me, and then the ladies and I took like the small things, started packing and ralukisa and all of that shop. And the following weeks came. He kept calling me and checking up on me. At some point, he was like, it was during lunch go Meriko, and he was like, Kana, where do you work? Can I come see you go Meriko? And then I started like not feeling comfortable, And then I was like, no, it's not necessary. I take, like, I go off-seeing. I don't really go out, go off-seeing. I was like, oh, okay, can I please come pick you up from work then? I was like, that is also not necessary because with somebody, I pay him month end. So it's very convenient for me. It's not like I'm using taxi. And yeah, he picks me up and drops me off Momerokong, and then vice versa. Takes me from Momerokong and drops me off Kontung. So I'm really okay. Sharp. And then that continued. He would insist or come pick me up and all of that. But I refused. I refused at all costs because I was not feeling comfortable at all, And then again, like after church, he would really want to speak to me every single after service. Like he would wanna have the small talks with me, And I was just like, okay. At church, I was comfortable because we were amongst people, and we were amongst people, and that conversation would not even last like 2 minutes. It was just him greeting me and asking me how my day was, and then some days, because we would attend evening services, he would want to offer to take me home, and I was go like, no, or no, so I'm not going home. And I would always come with excuses, And then that continued as well. And then at work, I told this colleague of mine, I was like, yo, Joe, this is what is happening. There's this papa which are so. And then also on WhatsApp, he has even started chatting with me, like checking up on me, wanting to meet up or wanting to come see us, Lebana and all of that. And then my colleague was like, you know what, please do the screen grabs or forward the message on it that you think that I'm comfortable with. And someone from church, so that should you catch fire, at least you've got proof you're not leading this person on. I was like, good shot, I'm gonna do that. And then Kasendela, the messages are high because he was kind of like flirtatious on WhatsApp, and which I didn't like that. I didn't lead him on to do that, but he would want to do that, but I would change the subject instantly if he started trying to be flirtatious with me. And then Kifowadele, a youth leader, the the chats, you know, and then give phone and explain, okay, I'm sending you these things so that 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then I was alerted. I was not the only girl that had complained about this particular elder. I was told I'm not the first person, I'm not the second person, I'm not the third person, and they were just like, she was like, I'm glad that you went to extent of telling me and also forwarding me the chat. So I say we will have to sit down with this person. I'm still gonna speak to Muruti and then see how we try to solve things. Like, okay, cool. I kept my cool. I kept my cool. He continued doing that one for Nela. He wants to come and see us, you know. At some point he would go like, how I just thought I should quickly come by and say hi. I was like, yo, it was really starting to be so uncomfortable, you guys. So and then I'm born, okay, no ralebuha, and then atamaye, jiki, I give it a more garage, and I just thought I should come by and say hi. I was like, no, get busy, or can I visit or something like that? I don't know, just 2 minutes, just to and then check up, ask about the kids, you know. And then atamaye, that continued, and yeah. So this other time, I remember I was going to a meeting. And then I received a call. In my head, I'm like, I'm already late for a meeting. Let me not pick up this call. I didn't pick it up. Katsena in the boardroom. And then that number kept calling. I was like, yo, this might be agent, you know, because also I don't know this number. Let me just go outside and pick it up. I went outside. I picked it up. It was the wife, because Ntate was married, or is married, I don't know. Anroja. Hey guys. Me o Anroja, I'm put a way to get off, guys. Anroja telling me I am selfish, I want to take monna gage, ke tsele bana ba gage papa, and yeah, like Anroga, guys, I can't forget what she said. Also, at some point she started swearing me in Tsonga, and I don't like really understand Tsonga. And then I hanged up the phone. She called me again, and I was like, Mama, so please speak to your husband, because at this point your husband is the one that is like kinda like with it. And as you can check, as you say, because she told me she was going through the husband's phone, you know, and I told her, as you can see on the WhatsApp chat, he is always the one greeting me, or always the one initiating conversations. And if you can go on call registers, you can see he has never received a call from me. He is always the one calling me. So I told her that. I was like, I am not going to entertain this. Please speak to your husband. Ka drop a phone and then ka tima phone. Because she was harassing me with those phone calls. And the more I didn't pick up, the more she would call, you know. Sharp. I then called, and then I got a call later from Mam Fundi. So, hey, Sis Kamo, can you please come to church? There's something that we need to discuss and talk about. I was like, what is this about? And she was like, no, when I just come to church, don't worry. I was like, okay, sharp, I'll come by around 4:30. Sharp. Went there, I got there, I think around 5:20, and when I got into church, I see the wife and I see Mamuruta. I was like, oh, okay, this is what it's about. Sharp. Got there, sat down, and then Mamuruti suggested that we pray. We prayed, and yeah. And then Mamuruti started telling me, oh no, Mama so came to me, Arewena, you want Monachari, can you please tell me what's going on? I was like, yo, kanete, kitlo perisiwa. That accusations, you know. I was like, okay, this is what is happening. The husband is doing so. He's busy like calling me, trying to flirt with me on WhatsApp, trying to all the time and coming to see me and oh, the wife the wife was like, you lying. O nyaka tsela bana ba ka papa o sile wena ka litse bana lona banyana le nyaka o re tsela bana ba rona. Hey, she went on and on and on and on, you guys. She went on. Yeah, she started swearing at me. Yeah, even the sifebe or sifebe. Yeah, she started calling me that, you know. And it was really heartbreaking because I know that I'm innocent and I respect Ntato Ole, and I didn't even want this to go this far, like you guys. And yeah, and then at some point now, as I'm busy explaining, he would come by, I'm at the gate, you know. And I was like, yeah, me busy trying to explain that, did the wife not stand up? You know, that one was just a shock for me. She stood up and she tried to clap at me. She tried to slap me. Whew. Guys. Mamfundisi, if Mamfundisi was not sitting in between us, because this is how we were sitting. Me and the wife were sitting like this. And then Mamfundisi is here, you know. The triangle. You know, but me and the wife, woman to woman. I'm joking. But yeah, so Mamfundis is just, you know. So Mamfundis stood up and grabbed her because she was like, you know, hey. And then I was just like, hi, bo, violence, why? And then Gashifta stool saka because I didn't want to be closer to her. That in 2 seats, guys, that thing, I'm not even gonna lie to you. In 2 seats. And then as she was busy yelling at me, calling me names and all of that, the embarrassment that I just got here and there. I got so embarrassed because also this is a place of worship. You know? And you're doing this in front of Mamurodi, like, Istimasako, where is it? I shifted back and Mamfundisi calmed her down, and then I was like, you know what, Mamfundisi, at this point, I don't feel safe anymore if she's going to behave like this. Nakatsamaya, if she wants to interrogate more as to what's happening, can she please go to her husband? And Mamfundisi was like, you know what, at this point she's very angry and I'll suggest that you go home. I'll call you sharp. Yeah, I got home. I cried so bad. I cried so bad, I cried so bad, guys. I'm really not that person. I am really not that person. Also, dating a married man with kids, I'm really not that person. I cried so bad. And then the following day, I received a call from one of the elders, and he apologized on behalf of the wife. He apologized on behalf of the whole church, like Jay, or like, you know what, this is not how things were supposed to be handled. Like, we really apologize. Please do come to, because like, I think it was after a week or two, I was not going to, like, next cycle, like, attended the weekly services because I was just scared. She might do that again and start hitting me. They apologized, and then the following Sunday I went to church. He came to me, she hugged me, she apologized as well. You know what, apparently there's like their marriage, it's just on a rock, and you just happen to be motziling, and then we guess the wife took out her anger on you because we believe and we know that the husband was like really trying to flirt with a lot of you girls. So don't take it too personal. Forgive her for what she has done. And I was like, yo, Coco, I'm really shattered. I'm really shattered because also she just crushed my self-esteem, you know. I stopped going to church merely because of her. I didn't want to be in the same space as her. Also, I didn't want to go to church because also I'm a part of the worship team. I didn't want to go to church, and if I don't go opela, people will go like, I know, like we enjoy your singing and then being in front there, and all of that. I was just like, no ways. And then I went to church quite a bit, but I would not be part of the worship team anymore. And then at some point, I remember there was a celebration at church. I can't remember what it was, or I think it was an church anniversary or what, I can't remember. And then they cooked and all of that. The service was nice, sure. Now after that service, they asked us, can we have help from the ladies so that we can come dish up and and the pastors and our visitors. So I stood up, I went to assist. Got there, I didn't notice that she was kokirking. And then I must go papa or rice. I can't remember what it was, but vampile bowl. I think it was pap. Guys, I got there. The person that is supposed to help me. There she is. Did I not freeze? I froze. And I couldn't even say a word. I couldn't greet her. I couldn't do anything. And then she was like, hello, Siska Munjani. I was like, yo, I'm not going to speak to this woman. I'm not going to speak to this woman. And then she started asking me about the kids. Yo, banjana, bantwana, bakhona namhlanje la esontweni. Guys, I'm not even lying to you. I did not respond to her. I walked away and asked another sister, please go and fetch the bab, Gagwa. Go and fetch the bab. I was just traumatized being in the same space as her, you know. And then years later, I don't see the husband anymore at church. I think just after the pandemic. I don't see the husband at church, but I would see the wife here and there, you know. I'd still get triggered. What if she stands up and starts, you know. So I think 4 weeks, if not 6 weeks ago, I went to church. I was sitting, I think, in the 4th row. So I haven't seen her in a very long time. So at some point I wanted to, I don't know, I just turned back. I saw her just behind my seat. I was like, I need to move from this seat. And I did that. I changed her seat, you guys. Like, because, that woman, she crushed everything in me. She crushed everything in me. I know, like, she crushed everything in me. I'm no longer the same church girl that I'm no longer the same church girl that I used to be. Like, I used to be so active at church. But now, like, because after the whole incident, I remember I tried to go to church because the elders would no, please do come to church. Even if you sit down, it's fine. You don't do anything, but don't stop coming to church. And then I tried. But a lot of women, snacks, after church, when you guys trying to and all of that, you guys give each other hugs and all of that. I'll try to reach out to a lot of people, but they'll just give me a cold shoulder, because of whatever that she was telling them. And so that also hit me so hard. People don't look at me the same way anymore because of something that I didn't do. She accused me of and all of that, which I was not there. I was not trying to do that, she crushed my self-esteem at church. She really crushed my self-esteem. Even right now, when I go to church, the church starts at 10 o'clock. church starts at 10 o'clock. And right now, I just want to go to church, listen to the word of God, and stand up and leave. I get to church around 11:15, where I know they're probably just going to sing one chorus, and then we're going to go into worship, and then I'll hear the word of God. And immediately when Muruti gets off the stage, I also stand up and leave. I cannot go the announcements. I don't want to sit in and hear what's happening. Like Jay. So yeah, that's one reason I no longer go to church, because I just feel like my self-esteem at church was just crushed. So recently there's another elder. I don't know, because I don't go to church like all the time. I don't know whether he's already a part of the elders at church, or he's just a respected man of God, because yeah, he preaches, he knows the word, he's just a respected man of God, he started, I don't know how to put it, like he just started like being friendly with me, which after that incident those years back, I made a conscious decision that I'm not gonna get any closer to any male or any male at church, because that will just get me into that trouble again, So he started being friendly with me, and then this other day, during Sunday service, the usher led me to sit next to him, So I sat there, greeted him, and service went on and on. Just before Muruti Afeta, he was like to me, you've got a tiny foot, And I was like, yeah, I'm a size 3. And then he was like, I also like your heels. I always see you go kirking, and you're always wearing beautiful heels. I was like, thank you so much. Grata dieta. Like, I buy a lot of shoes. And then he was like, one day when I go to the mall and I see a pair of heel that I like and that I can see I'm gonna buy that pair for you. And then I laugh it off, because I'm thinking, okay, where's this going, And I just laugh it off. And I was like, oh, thank you, I'd appreciate that. Then and then just before and then he takes out his phone and he goes to the keypad, and then he said, can I please have your numbers? So I didn't want to give it to him, but the sister that was sitting next to me, she's seeing what is happening, So I didn't want to embarrass him for like not giving him my numbers, because I'm looking at her, she was like looking at us. So I'm like, okay, let me take the phone. I took the phone. I entered the number it's a WhatsApp only. I don't use that number for calls or anything. It's just for WhatsApp. I gave it to him, and then got the store sharp. After church, he sends me his photo. He sends me his photo, and then followed by a text saying, this is so. This is my numbers. I was like, oh, okay. Sharp, I'll save them, which I did not. And then he started sending me the text, and then he went on about oh no, you've got such a very tiny foot, and I promise, like I said, I'm gonna buy you a pair of heels. I was like, oh no, thank you, I love shoes. A woman never has enough shoes. That's what I said. Like, I love shoes. And then and then the following day kept checking up on me, and then he wrote a very long text telling me how he feels about me, and I'm just like, firstly, you look way older than me, and also you look like you've got a wife and kids, and you've got a very beautiful family. Like, what do you want from me, And then I told him, well, you know what? I've been in a situation like this before at church with a married man. So please, I don't want to get into trouble. please just stay away from me, you know. And then he was like, no, it's just that I wanted to tell you how I feel about you, and I just wanted to share my feelings with you. I was like, okay, Sharp, I hear your feelings, Sharp, but I'm not interested in you. And then he went on saying, and he also likes my body. Yo, that one, you like my body? That one hit me off so bad. In my head, I was like, oh, okay, so when we're at church, maybe copy just to give offering or whatever, you're busy looking at my body. Like, what does this mean? Does it mean you lasting over my body? You know, like I analyzed that sentence quite a lot. Like, I really analyzed it. Like, what do you mean you like me? You know? And yeah, he kept on saying, I wish that, because I told him, you know what, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm in a relationship. I'm happily in a relationship and I love my partner. And then he asked me, do you guys stay together? I was like, no, we don't stay together, but I'm in a happy relationship. And then he was like to me, I wish that you were single so that I could have you. I was like, what? You guys, him coming back, like him doing that to me, it really took me back to what had happened a few years ago. Like, I'm really not going to entertain this. I'm really not going to be in the same situation again because of a man that just lusts over a young lady at church, you know. And then I blocked him. And then he sends me a text. The following day, he sends me a text with a different number. He did the same thing. He sends me a photo of him. And then he said, oh, this is my other number. Please save it as well, because I don't carry both my phones at the same time all the time. So if I want to speak to you, then I'll be able to reach you. And I was just like, oh, okay. And then he kept like going over and over how he likes me, how he wishes to have me, how he wishes I was not in a relationship. And to me, I was like, umuhulu. And also, a church like ours, I believe, if you like a girl and you want to be in a relationship with that person and marry them, you go to the pastor, you go to the elder of the church, and then you tell them, oh no, there's this girl that I've seen mokerekeng, or there's the sister that I've seen mokerekeng, can you please connect me with her? The elders will connect you. That's how I believe our church like does, or it's supposed to do, because I grew up in a church like that, you know. The teachings that I used to get over the years, this is what they have taught us. So no, he wanted to come straight and do that. I blocked him as well. I was like, I'm really not going to entertain this. And also, that is another reason for me getting late, because I don't want to have those small talks with such people. I would get into church already, save his itwamile, and sit down, listen to the word of God, and then leave immediately when the pastor finished preaching. Because also, I don't want to, after church, those small talks, small catch-ups and whatever, and then I'll end up having to be in the same circle or having a conversation with him, you know. So I just try by all means to avoid such things, you know. That's another reason for me not to go to church constantly, because I just feel like I'm not, like, I don't feel safe anymore. Like, it's no longer homey anymore for me to be having those small talks and just being there, you know. I just want to go there, listen to the word of God, and then go home. So yeah, you guys, that traumatized me so bad when it comes to church. Like, it really traumatized me. That incident that happened 2017, 18, I can't remember, but yeah, it really traumatized me so bad. It crushed my self-esteem in terms of being active at church. Also, like, receiving a very cold shoulder from batho ba, and yeah, I just lost hope and trust. Yeah. Someone would ask, why such a kereke? Yeah, but I don't know. I just have a fear. What if I change church and then I go and experience the same thing? I just have that fear also. This is why I don't go and change. But anyway, I'm healing. And also, before I recorded this video, I wrote on my WhatsApp and I said, I think I'm ready to share why I don't consistently go to church anymore. And I received about 7 or 9 people responses from my statuses telling me how they also stopped going to church because of certain people treating them bad, bomamurudi treating them bad, batwago treating them bad, to one saying a pastor did something to her, you know, or said something to her, I can't remember. And I was just like, it's really surprising that even a pastor would do something to a church member. And yeah, you know, so I don't know. I think I'm okay just going to church whenever I feel like I want to go to church, and then I'll just listen to this morning. I like listening to like one gospel, and then who can this sermon and just fellowship at my house and kizwe modilong, because it trauma. If years later, if kitlo feel scared when I see the wife's face or being closer to her, it's years later. I could have like been healed by now, or you know what, that has happened, we move on, and yeah. But years later, I still feel the same way when I'm around her. I feel anxious, I don't feel safe around her. Well, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, you guys, yeah, this is my story time, and yeah, I will go back to church, or I will heal, and yeah. Comment down below, I don't know with what, but just leave some hearts, some flowers, and some encouraging words. Yeah, tell me, if it was you, would you go back to church? Comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, share my video, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'll see you guys on my next vlog. It's always hard at first glance.